Alright, welcome back to what I suppose is episode 6 of I Make Empires for Random Countries. We're on random countries because, of course, we're doing it economically, starting with the strongest economic country, the US, going all the way down to number 6, the UK. This is GDP per nominal, and any person that says you'd measure economy by GDP per capita, I don't like it very much. It's just stupid. I mean, it's a way of measuring it, but actual strength of countries, at least economically, should be measured in nominal. Anyway, yeah, UK. That's where we've gone. That's where we've got to today. And, well, they might be trying to do quite a lot of stuff. I just remembered some other islands I might need to colour in for future parts of today's episode. Anyway, starting off, let's do some unrealistic stuff, and maybe also some realistic stuff. These colours up here, they're not anything to do with another video, and I'm not even joking, this is just, I made a map for no reason. I just like making maps, I'm sorry. Anyway, first off, Ireland unites with the UK. Yeah, I told you it's going to be a bit unrealistic. I mean, it's not the most unrealistic thing, but I mean, we're going to do that. And with that, the French, after hearing the UK declare an empire, will make an alliance immediately to oppose the UK. Wonderful stuff. Right, so the British capital's, of course, in London, and the French capital's over here in Paris. We'll see if the French do anything else. I mean, the next episode is going to be France, so similar things might happen in that video too. Anyway, the British are going to start their assault on Norway. Oh yeah, I forgot about the alliance and all that sort of stuff. British alliance. See, normally I do countries you're attacking in this colour. However, I'm in this colour. However, that's British Allied colour. Actually, no. This is British Allied colour. And British enemy colour is going. British puppet is this. Ally is this. France alliance is that. And countries you're attacking is this. Lovely stuff. Speaking of allies, Portugal. The oldest alliance treaty in the world. Our one with Portugal. Great. So, we're going to be first off attacking the Norwegians. I feel like you've been attacked. The Germans. Anyone else? Maybe it's just the Germans. I feel like I've attacked you more in this series. Anyway, it's happening now. So the British will make a landing on the west coast of Norway, which is mostly, well, it's where most people are. And they quite quickly shred the Norwegian military, and they're doing pretty well. They make their way over to Oslo and capture that city with relative ease. And from here, they're going to move up along the coast. I mean, it's like just pressing people into the mountains. And after that, I mean, yeah, the Norwegians don't beat the UK. Unfortunately, all the people are forced up into the mountains, where they're quickly rounded up, they surrender, and the British win. Lovely stuff. It probably took a lot longer than it sounded like it took, because it would have. Just a load of people hiding in the mountains. Anyway, from here we have Britain declaring war on Iceland. So they're moving this way, which is definitely not good. Anyway, Iceland's capital is Reykjavik. Now, where the hell is Reykjavik? Over here somewhere. Anyway, I don't think it's going to be too huge of a war. Basically, the British will arrive on the southern coast, take Reykjavik and any other cities down here, like Thingvellir, to make some other landings all around Iceland, but generally the Icelandics are not going to win. They didn't beat the Germans, and they're not going to beat the British either. Right, so, yeah, unfortunately, for Iceland, they are taken out by the UK, who will then go and buy the Faroe Islands just to make their North Sea Empire. However, things are brewing in France, as the French will annex Andorra and Monaco. Oh yeah, of course as well. Andorra and Monaco into the growing French Empire. Oh no, not Andorra and Monaco. Yeah, it's serious business. Anyway, now the British are going to America, and that's not good, especially if you're from the USA. How about some more unrealism, because I'm trying to bring back the British Empire today, and naturally that just wouldn't work, number one, and also, this is where I live, so I get to make a load of fun things happen today. So, New England has just had a load of people go, hey, you know what, I like the UK now, so I think we're just going to have all of this bit. I can't remember what the word is, but there was a word for, there's a word I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it was. Sentiment! Pro-British sentiment in all these areas. So areas of Canada, like Nova Scotia, Arcadia, and most of New England except for New York, because I feel kind of bad taking that. Yeah, it joins the UK. The British Empire is growing, and from here they're going to attack Jamaica. They take Kingston and win. From here they're going to attack another new. Oh no, the French are here. They're going to attack another neutral nation. This nation being Guyana. Georgetown is the capital of Guyana. I'm going to take that. It's a lot of the British taking things in this episode. And history. Sorry about that. Anyway, so they move in across the coast. No military in Guyana. The Venezuelans are kind of like, hey, how about you give me this? But they don't. And then progressively they work through the jungles of Guyana before eventually capitulating the country after not very long. It might get slightly harder to make empires once we get further along. I mean, at the moment, doing countries where it's like you wreck most of the countries in the world, probably not as quickly as I show it on here, but I don't care. However, once we get to even the 30s, probably in this series, it's going to get tricky for countries. So I'm interested for that. However, the British Empire has just got itself a new enemy, that being Argentina, who will declare war on the British in hopes of taking the Falklands, whilst their military has just been caught up fighting a load of other people in Buenos Aires. However, don't worry, the British Empire, they've got a trick up their sleeve. So, although the Argentinians will capture the Falklands, I'm going to let that slide. No. Yeah, the British managed to make a landing in Patagonia, and I mean, there's literally no one here. They take Ushuaia, and they retake the Falkland Islands. Good old Stanley has been retaken by the British Empire, and Argentina is slightly worried. However, a stalemate will start over here in the Patagonian Mountains. That's ended once Brazil becomes a British ally. This is crazy. Also, I coloured in Paraguay there because, so Brazil moves in through Paraguay, take a huge front line against the Argentinians, and Argentina kind of realizes they're a bit screwed here. The British make a landing around Buenos Aires, and take that, and they move up through all of Patagonia onto the Andean Mountains. They connect up with the Brazilians, and before too long, Argentina is down. Right, so the British will allow Brazil to get lots of northern stuff. They get. Do we give them all of that? That's a lot of stuff to give to the Brazilians. I mean, yeah, actually, let's just give them that. You know. Also, Uruguay, you should be worried. You should be very worried, because you're about to get destroyed by the Brazilians. Well, you're not. You're just gonna sign some alliance thing, like give your economy to Brazil, something like that. Anyway, Brazil is now a fully fledged British ally. Lovely stuff. Let's return to the British enemy, the French. Also, we've got all the major Portuguese-speaking countries in one alliance, which is interesting. So now Portuguese is a language taught in British schools. Great. It probably is somewhere, but it's not where I go to school. That really narrows it down. It's like French, German, and Spanish. So the French will be doing some more unification, which is Luxembourg. Actually, no, not unification, invasion. Invasion of Luxembourg. How dare you. And from there they're going to invade Belgium. This is worrying for a certain country to the north of Belgium. To the north of Belgium, as the Netherlands will join the British alliance. This is not good if you're French. Amsterdam's somewhere around here. It's tough. However, the French will be picking up a new ally, Spain, because the Spanish are worried about Portuguese becoming better than Spanish. I mean, it's not that deep, but apparently it is. The British are moving on to Africa now. I mean, they've already damaged the Americas significantly. I mean, look at Argentina. You annexed all of Argentina. Pretty sure you've damaged it quite enough already. Also, speaking of Brazil, where is Brazil? Yeah, let's put it there. I don't know. They made it recently. I don't know where it is. Also, I think they're going to make a new capital for Indonesia. They're making a new one in some place beginning with a H. So that's cool. How the British will be invading Nicaragua? Nicaragua. That's Nigeria. Anyway, I don't know why I was saying Nicaragua. Nigeria. So the British will be invading Nigeria. They will take good old Lagos back again for Nigerians. Yeah, I mean, it's a little population, really. Nice. And from here, go across the southern coast. And it's not looking good for Nigeria. Lots of the population has been captured. Abuja, unfortunately, is up in the north. However, they will follow the Niger River, which probably goes to Lake Chad. But it means they can separate off a lot of this stuff near Cameroon. There might have been Cameroonian once. And from here, eventually they managed to capitulate Nigeria. Lovely stuff. Well, not lovely if you're Nigerian. Sorry. You have to be annexed into the British Empire again. Great. From here, they're going to go back down to the south with an invasion of South Africa. So the British will arrive in Cape Town, and I did. You just took our capital. However, don't worry, we've got another one. So, their other capital city is Johannesburg, which is over here somewhere. So the British will start a push towards Johannesburg. Unfortunately, they've taken South Africa's second capital city. It'd be really bad right now if there was a third one. Unfortunately, there's a third capital city, so to reach out and take Pretoria. From here, they will also start an invasion into Lesotho, which immediately capitulates. However, Britain gets itself a new one-time ally, and being Eswatini, who will also start an invasion, and probably wouldn't do this well against South Africa. However, I don't care. Now South Africa is separated, they take these two areas, and peace treaty time. Eswatini will get all of this, so it's not really Eswatini anymore. It's Eswat relatively big. And Britain will get absolutely everything else. Nice. I'm not going to take... What are you guys... Namibia, there we go. And Eswatini, I don't think you have any more relevance to this episode. I'm not even joking, I just doubt you're going to do much more. Looking back into Europe, nothing has happened yet. Nothing more. At least we will return to this area. How about now, we head to Asia. Uh-oh. I'm looking at you guys. This might not be good for you. Anyway, it's not that bad for the Indians, because actually Britain is going to be invading Bangladesh. They take Dhaka, which is somewhere down here in the south, and they take this weird looking panhandle thing. From here, Bangladesh is going to go, ow, my economy just got destroyed. And they're going to let the British retake control. I don't know, man. However, Britain is going to be signing an alliance with another country who featured in the last episode, that country being Pakistan. You didn't win in the last episode, you got puppeted by India. You can't let that happen, man. However, Britain, which is now probably quite strong, and Pakistan are going to be both declaring war on India, along with economic support from China. I don't know. Britain only really wants this bit, so this war might not be very long. They separate off this area, and from here, I mean, India can't really support this. Over here, India is going to take the northern part of Pakistan. However, Pakistan moves in through the south, which is good. And they managed to take this peninsula. Britain's already taken these two areas. From here, they'll take this bit. Pakistan has already lost this area. Down here, they'll do some stuff. And over here, they'll do some stuff. And Britain takes this. And in the end, they come to a compromise where Pakistan will lose the northern areas. However, they will gain also southern areas, or areas south of Pakistan. They're quite economically rich, which definitely wouldn't happen in real life. The Indians definitely wouldn't just let them take this, because they're extremely close to Mumbai. I don't think you want your arch nemesis being this close to Mumbai. However, who cares? Anyway, it's a fake scenario, and I don't mind. But the UK has now reformed Bengal, and that's all that matters. Also, for no particular reason, Bhutan is going to be invaded. and added to this. Because I didn't like how it looked on a map. There we go, lovely stuff. We've made Asia worse. From here though, we're going to be doing fighting one of the hardest targets in this entire episode, that being Australia. So Australia, you've not done anything in this entire series. You're really boring. Also, yeah, I made a point of not invading Kenya. Well, it's a pretty big British colony. I feel like it's important. I mean, it kind of was. I mean, they didn't unite with Uganda and Tanzania because they were afraid that Tanzania would dominate the economy of the Union. But it was a plan. I mean, that could have happened. I mean, quite cool. There was also a plan for like what was it? Was it Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi? I think these three guys. By I mean these guys. I think it was Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Malawi though. That would have looked quite cool. Anyway, Australia time. So Australia's capital is in Canberra. It's like Melbourne, Canberra, Sydney. Stop telling me about random Brisbane. Stuff like this. Where's Canberra? It's somewhere over here. Anyway, the British are not going over there because we're returning to the western bit. Actually, no, the Dutch went over here and found a load of desert. We went on this side. However, all of our stuff is on the western side, so I don't care. We return to Perth, which is a city in Scotland. Maybe not a city, but it's a place in Scotland. So that's why it's called Perth. And we're going to take that. From here, we push into the desert. Maybe not the cleverest idea. However, the Australians do not go against it. Then the British are going to fund the emus. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy. They fund the emus, and they manage to cut off this entire area of Australia. Western Australia is having a panic attack at the moment, as I think Western Australia is like 14 times bigger than the UK. And not anymore, I don't think, since we've got Patagonia now. However, with the final annexation of these couple of areas, we have a peace treaty being signed in which the emus have to return to their forests. And the British have to return to their island as well. But Australia will lose this entire western portion of their country, but it's not the hugest economic stuff. It's just like Australian gold hunters can't continue anymore. It's in the TV show. But there you go, I think we've made a pretty successful empire for the British. We've gone most places, we've gone to every continent. That's good. Also, I forgot about some other bits. Such as, the reason these guys joined was because of Portugal, the Portuguese language, and also Gibraltar. But yeah, Cyprus will unite with the British. Completely unrealistic, however, I don't care. The Northern Cypriots, the Greek Cypriots, like the UN zone, they're just, why don't we just join the British Empire, you know? Yeah, this is completely unrealistic. The French Empire video is going to be completely fair. Anyway, the French will invade Switzerland, and new French ally just dropped. Oh, let's go, it's Sweden. Should we do the video? The war at the end? The war to end all wars. I feel like there might be some more countries that might join this. I don't know. Maybe there might be some more countries who end up wanting to join against the British. Just thinking. There might be. Anyway, yeah. Time for a war, I think. Methinks. So, the French had enough of British imperialism, so they go and annex Algeria. So, despite doing that, the French have had enough of British imperialism, and they're going to declare war on the UK. This leads to them coming into conflict with all the other British allies like the Netherlands, Portugal, and Brazil, and the rest of the British Empire. However, Sweden and Spain joined due to that, and our next 7 years war has just been created. Lovely stuff. So, the French will start an invasion into the southern areas of the Netherlands, taking fields of stuff. The British will push around from the Channel Islands, and they manage to make a landing back in Normandy. Over here, the British in Norway are doing amazingly against the Swedes, and Oslo is coming under. It's close to Sweden. The Swedes are actually doing some stuff. because the British aren't really defending Norway. It's not their biggest priority. One of their biggest priorities is defending Portugal. The Portuguese, for some reason, push into Galicia, an area full of mountains. However, they manage to take the province, so that's good. And from here, they push out around this bit. You have the Gibraltars pushing around these southern areas of Spain, and Spain is just not having a good day today. Not at all. Next up, we have the British declaring war on another country, that being Niger. This is mainly just so they can push through Niger to get to Algeria. See, is it Ndajamena, or is that this guy? I honestly don't know. They pushed for the capital, which I'd assume would be down here, but I'm pretty sure it's like over here somewhere. Dajami, is it? I don't know. I really think it's Dajami. I don't know. Stop bullying yourself. Anyway, we take the capital of Niger, wherever it is. They've moved it over here. And they managed to cut off the rest of these areas. It's basically just to relieve stress on the Portuguese, because this is probably quite stressful for them. Anyway, the Netherlands has just capitulated. Great stuff. And another country has just joined this war. Apparently Netherlands' capital is also underwater now. Great. Turns out the French are actually the seas. But we rule the seas. Great. The other country joining the war is Chile. So Chile would like to get all of this. The Chileans will start an invasion into Horn Island before moving over to the Falklands and South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands. However, don't worry, Brazil's here. So maybe this wasn't the best idea, but you know, if you win the alternate 7 Years' War, you do get a load of Brazil and a load more mountains. So that's good. Unfortunately for the Chileans, yeah, you just lost all that. A load of your northern stuff, which stops Bolivia getting into this war, but oh well. The British also launched an invasion to cut off various southern areas. The force isn't too big, it's mostly Brazilian. You know what? They're trying, they're giving it a go. Heading over to this area. Unfortunately, French will lose French Guiana. Niger, not Algeria, Niger is lost. Norway will manage to push back away from Oslo and actually start an invasion into Sweden from this area. So that's good, and Sweden is actually feeling the pressure now. The Danes will also join this war for no particular reason, just to get Scania back and to get the Swedes out of this conflict. So they push around and they take Stockholm, which might not be there. However, I don't care. I'm going to say Stockholm is there, even if it might be right over here. The Norwegians push to Stockholm number 2, which may or may not be over there. I feel like it should be really easy. This is Europe. You're meant to know about geography of Europe, even if you don't know about anywhere else. Probably know at least something about Europe. The capitals, because European countries, people know about them, right? Yeah. They're historic. Stayed relatively similar for a long time. Anyway, Denmark is happy. Happy Denmark. Great stuff. The French have pushed the British out of Normandy. However, back here in Iberia, things are not going so well for the Spanish, because Catalonia just rose up, along with the Basque country, which is also affecting the French. Good. I'm sorry, French people. I doubt there's any French people watching this channel. I mean, probably just a bit sad. I mean, I'm relatively nice to the French country in my other series, you know? Maybe I gave them a few economic crashes. However, I'm pretty nice to them, I'd say. The Gibraltar forces will move across the southern border of Spain, and now the Catalans and the Basque country have met up. It's not looking good for the Spanish, who purportedly don't have Madrid. Great. Let's add that in. Moving back down to South America, Brazil will manage to take Santiago from the Chileans, and Chile is not having a good day. The British will take this southern stuff, and from here they recapture Horn Island, the Falklands and the South Georgia and South Sandwich Islands. Brazil's taking this, and Chile is just going to quit. Lovely. Jamaica, no one's going to invade you, don't worry. So I think the Canadians might invade, but also I can't be bothered with that. This video is already 25 minutes long. This capitulates. Invasion into southern Algeria. It's a desert, apparently. So, desert time. You take all that and you get to the important areas of Algeria. No. Corsica is captured by the Catalans, I suppose. And a new southern invasion will start over here near Monaco, which rises up in rebellion against the French. We also have the Dutch being freed in the north. That's not good if you're French, because the Dutch are back. Flemish rebellions occur also within the north of France, and the British make it back to Normandy and also Brittany. We have the capitulation of Spain, Algeria, and also the German Swiss are going to rebel away from the French. I mean, this is not a happy day for the French. You know, we did win the 7 Years' War, so 7 Years' War number 2. Lovely. And is that it? Is there anything else to fight? I think we beat them, right? Looking at the peace treaty, we have the Dutch taking all this stuff. The British are going to get both of these territories. We have the Basque country being turned into a British puppet. Probably a Portuguese puppet. Let's make them a Portuguese one for. This is a British video. You know what, Portugal? You can have your own puppet in your own video. For the moment, it's a British puppet. The Basque country is a British puppet. That's a bit of a strange sentence. Anyway, Britain will be here in southern Iberia, just keeping watch, I suppose. Portugal is allowed to annex the northern areas of Algeria, whilst the south will just get away with it. Well, not entirely. The British Nigerian force will actually annex Niger. That wasn't very necessary. Niger was very unfortunate in their geography. I feel a bit bad, but oh well. Oh well. Algeria, also very unlucky. But now you're Portuguese, so that's cool, right guys? Another British puppet is made, which is the Catalonian puppet. Lovely. How about we make Catalonia stronger, and we also give the Catalans Corsica? I don't know. Let's do that. Actually, no, let's not give them Corsica. Let's give a different puppet Corsica. Genoa. Genoa might be over there, so maybe not. Yeah, let's just not do that. Switzerland looks something like this. I don't really mind. As for France, this is not a happy day for you guys. I feel like I've said that. I might have said that. But Catalonia is strong, so that's good. Basque capital can be over here, and the Catalan capital's in Barcelona. So somewhere, Barcelona. Barcelona. So somewhere over there. As for Sweden, we have all these regions going to Denmark, whilst the rest of the Britain rules the seas. We have a problem. The rest is given to the Norwegian colony, which is now more like Scandinavian colony. I don't know. I thought there was going to be a name for that. What I could think of was Sweden and Norway. So maybe I'm just a little stupid. Apart from that, the Danish. Actually, they might. Let's just keep them as an ally. Let's make Britain look strong. South Africa, absolutely nothing happened there. As for Brazil, you get those bits of Chile, and the British will take the remainder, along with this island apparently. No, we'll give that to Chile. You can keep the island. Oh my god, want the island back? Yeah, there you go. You have your island back now. You happy? You're happy, Chile? You ruined so much for me. I bullied Chile in another video, didn't I? The Japanese one. Yeah, I felt you're gonna get bullied a lot, mate. Brazil is doing exceptionally well. Brazil is now a coast-to-coast nation. They're also going to receive French Guiana, so It was a very good deal for Brazil to join the British alliance, apparently. Over here in the east, absolutely nothing happened. So that means that it is the end of today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making the British Empire number 2. What can we expect in the future of this? Oh yeah, Denmark. You're in Greenland, don't you? There you go. Of this world, I don't know. Oh wait, Denmark, you need to annex your thing. Denmark? Dutchmark. No, Netherlands, you need to annex all this. Same with Norway. This Norway looks really good. Why does Norway look so good in this colour? I'm confused. It's a very strange sentence. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.